Okay, here we are at session 12. We have arrived at the last chapter of the textbook. This is the final week that you will focus on one specific chapter or topic. We will move into a few other things in the coming weeks. So, this is Preparing for the Future, Chapter 9. So peruse through chapter 9 as you are completing those reading notes or before you're completing those reading notes. Again, we will make copies of these documents and type into them. You are total experts by now. You know how to do this. I don't need to explain that to you, but one thing that I will share with you about preparing for the future in terms of diversity is that we are getting ready to move into a period of time that multiple generations are working together in the same environments. We are seeing people work longer nowadays than they did in the past, and we are also seeing multiple generations combining in workplaces, and sometimes just the diversity of age can make a wave of working with others. So as you are preparing for your future, this chapter will challenge you to think about some of the ways that you can embrace diversity as you move into your career fields. Sometimes remember, diversity is not always about race and ethnicity, but about, something as simple as age. So you will read more about that in the chapter. Once you are done with the reading notes, you are going to do an activity called interview preparation. I will tell you that I have talked to numerous people, I would say over the course of the last 12 to 18 months. And I am hearing more and more reports of diversity questions popping up in interviews. I spoke to a young man about 6 months ago, asked him how an interview went, and his response to me was, it was different. And when I asked why he was calling it different, he said, they didn't ask me but 2 questions that has to do with my actual job if I happen to go to work there. And I inquired because I thought that was interesting as well. And I said, well, what else did they ask you about? And he said, all they asked was how I worked with others and people that were different from me, different genders and different races, and how we got along and how I could interact with them when I was working on projects with them. And he said, part of me really felt like I just kept giving the same answer. And my answer was, it doesn't matter what they look like or who they are. I'm going to do whatever I can to work with them. And so this is an interview preparation assignment that will just get you exposed to some of those diverse questions that you may experience if you are moving into that interview phase of your career. So think about these questions that are posed in the bold and then answer them. Think about answering them as you would if you were interviewing for a job. I would say a paragraph here would be great. Maybe bullets if that is better for you. But I would not just put simple little statements. I would actually make those impressive answers. And then there's a reflection piece as well. All right, so that will bring you to the end of session 12, preparing you for the future. And we are wrapping up the textbook as well. Next week, we will move into some project-based things and then finally wind up with your final project. Reach out to me as quickly as possible if you have questions, and I will be happy to help you.